Not too long ago, I did a video talking about this movie where the producers and the director compared it to Avatar, Dune, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and those are huge shoes to fill, right? I see it. I really do see it. I don't see Dune as much, but I definitely see Avatar. This is a completely new Earth. This is like, I don't know if you guys played Horizon on PlayStation. It's like that, dude. Like the entire landscape of the Earth is transformed. This is about 300 years after the previous movie. Speaking of the previous movie, the movie starts off with the funeral for Caesar. They gave him a Star Wars worthy funeral too. He was literally being cremated. They had the same shot and everything. So that was cool. I like that they started off with Caesar. But as I was saying, you do get the Avatar vibes because the entire landscape of the Earth is changed. It's like I Am Legend or something, you know? Again, this reminds me of Avatar. It starts off with these 3 apes, okay? These 3 chimps, and including your main character, Noa. And they're in this city, in this ruins, looking for eagle eggs. It's like a rite of passage, it seems like. They're from a tribe that specializes in eagles. It's so cool. Whoever came up with that idea, chimps and eagles teaming up. Like they train eagles. They sing a bird song, and they train eagles. They use them in battle. They use them to hunt fish. They use them. It's like a symbiotic relationship. So it's like this rite of passage. They're going and they have to climb up these buildings. They have to snatch an egg, but they always have to leave one egg in the nest. Okay, that's the law. There's an emphasis of the law, which I also like because that's something that was important in the OG Planet of the Apes. The law is important to these apes. They don't break the law. They have their morals are there, you know? And that creates, that's the distinction between humans and apes. Humans are willing to cross a line where apes don't. They're more sincere, like animals. They're more sincere, you know? For the most part. But anyway, so it's this rite of passage, right? They grab the egg and they keep it safe with them. And you know they raise the bird and they become a partner. That reminded me of Avatar, right? We know when Jake Sully had to tame one of those flying dragon beasts. I forgot what those things are, flying around Pandora. I like that. That was cool. Where the Lord of the Rings and Star Wars influences comes from, Noa and these 3 apes. They're part of this small little tribe, like I mentioned. And the father and mom, they're elders of the tribe. They're leaders in the tribe. The dad is the bird master, and so the son has some pressure and all that stuff. They live this small, quaint life in this town, and they're doing well. But something happens. This enemy gang, this enemy faction of apes come in and just destroy and wipe out the town because they're looking for someone. They're looking for the girl that you saw in the trailer. Her name is May. The funny thing is, you later on in the movie you meet this orangutan called Raka, who calls her Nova because apparently every single human female is called Nova because that's what Caesar said. That's another nod to the older movies. So this gang of bad guy apes are coming in and they're trying to find this human ape. I mean this human. And you're wondering why? What's going on here? Why do they want this one human? And I mean, we've seen the trailer and all that stuff, and the way she's dressed, there's something different about her. She's wearing a tank top and she's wearing pants. So immediately, if you're a Planet of the Apes fan, you're thinking, whoa, you're thinking time travel, all right? And that's where people are like, dude, this movie has to be a retelling of the 1968 Planet of the Apes movie. But that's where it's completely off. She's not a time traveler. She's not a time traveler at all. And that was interesting because they dangled that in front of you the whole movie. And I'm wondering, like, Planet of the Apes is known for twists, okay? So what kind of twist are they going to pull here? Because I know the lore. I know the story. I know the flow. I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, okay? I watched all the movies. I read the book. So what kind of twist are they trying to pull here? Where is this human from? And then another human pops up who can speak, who can think, who is developing weapons for that enemy, that evil ape faction. So where are these people? They have to be coming from the past, right? They have to be. They have to. Like, where are these coming from? Because the movie starts off, right? The origin story from the OG Planet of the Apes. The movie starts off explaining it. There was a virus, and it made apes smarter, and it made humans dumber, okay? So where are all these smart apes coming from? The only other option was there's some humans who are immune to the virus. Or they quarantined. And that's exactly what it was. At the end of I'm jumping all the way to the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, she meets up with, she goes to this bunker and the door opens and it's a lady in a hazmat suit. And so she's protecting herself from the virus. So there's people who are still vulnerable to the virus, who are alive, who've been kept safe. And I mean, it's been generations, you know? So not everybody's going to be immune. And it ended up with, I don't know why it jumped to the end of the movie. The movie ended with them calling, they're sending a signal across the earth or across the US or wherever, the region there. I'm assuming it's across the earth because they had 50,000 different satellites blasting off the message. And they're trying to pinpoint other human survivors. They're trying to rebuild the Planet of the Apes. I mean, the planet of the humans. I guess we can work backwards now since I jumped all the way to the end of the movie. There's an interaction right before that scene with Noa and Nova, or May as her real name is. And it breaks down the temperament. It breaks down the ideologies of apes and humans. Apes, at least Noa, is very sincere. They're very sincere. Because they're very new. They haven't been tainted, okay? They haven't been tainted. Humans, however, have. And so, in that interaction, Noa was wondering, hey, can humans and apes live? Can they prosper? Can they live together in harmony like Caesar would have wanted? Or did want. And but he has some concern. He's like, you humans, I can't trust you. Proximus Caesar was right. I can't trust you. You guys will stop at nothing to take over the earth. But he still wants to find a way for it to work out. And the camera pans behind May, and you see her holding a gun behind her. So she was preparing. She was ready to kill Noa. I don't think Noa would have done that. Noa would not. Of course Noa would not have done that. So I talked about this in my previous video about Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes, that the morals, right and wrong, that's important. That's very important to Planet of the Apes. All right, let me pull out my notes because I'm jumping all over the place here. I'll only touch on a few scenes. I'll touch on a few scenes, but otherwise this review is going to be insanely long. Let's go all the way back to that ape raid of Noah's village. There was a really cool scene there. There was a cool scene where father and son, Noa and his dad, the master of the birds, were fighting this gorilla. I thought that scene was really cool, man. They joined forces and they were trying to take down this gorilla. And I just thought that was a cool father-son moment. So Noah's father ends up passing away. Noa gets tossed down. The cable he was holding onto got electrocuted and he fell to his death, but he survived. He had to bury his father. All of his village were taken away. And that's where the Star Wars influence comes in. Like Luke Skywalker. Noa is like Luke Skywalker. That's what the director said. Luke, he came home and his uncle and aunt were burned to death. And it sent him on a path. It sent him on a quest, on a mission, just like Frodo. He was pulled from the Shire and was sent on this life-changing journey. And that's what happened to Noah. He was pulled from his home, his village, his world, and he was sent on this journey, this adventure that changed his life, that taught him things that he never knew. Even the elders in his tribe didn't know. So as I'm watching this movie, I'm noticing they're traversing through city ruins. So there's no forbidden zone, which honestly makes complete sense, because the whole forbidden zone, it was forbidden because there was radiation, because the world was destroyed by a nuclear bomb. That's not what happened in the Matt Reeves trilogy. So there's no forbidden zone. The city is not off limits. But that's where more questions started. They're walking through this city. They're seeing these structures. They're seeing the technology, at least whatever's left of it. What do they think? What do these apes think? These apes that are building wooden structures, riding horses, and drying out fish, what do they think when they're climbing around these magnificent cities? What are they thinking? Where did the cities come from? Okay? And he meets up with this orangutan named Rocco. They're in a mall, and there's this huge mural of a man and a woman, a bunch of people. They're all dressed up. There's a plane flying above them and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, wait a second. Nobody's questioning that? Like, what's going on over here, you know? Because if that was shown in the older Planet of the Apes movies, immediately be like, whoa, yeah, our history's a lie. Why are people dressed up? Why are they wearing hats and clothes? And what's that thing flying in the sky? Our history is a lie. There's something going on here. Okay? You know what Rocco said, the orangutan? He said the mall. He said the mall. He doesn't know what the thing is. He said it could be a place where Caesar kept humans. Maybe he taught humans there. Maybe it was a school. But what about the mural? Why are people dressed in clothes? You're not dressed in clothes. Why are they dressed in clothes? What are clothes? What is that thing flying in the sky? There's clearly something going on in that picture that I don't understand, that I can't comprehend. But the humans in that picture can. So what is this lost history? You know? What is this lost history? I would be battling with that. It didn't seem like he was battling with that. So that was a bit weird to me. So history is completely lost. But the thing is, it's right in front of their eyes, but they can't see it. Because they wholeheartedly believe in something else, so they can't see it. That's so prevalent in many aspects of our life. I mean, I don't know if you want to get into conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but like, I mean, there are conspiracy theories that are true, but the general public don't believe it, you know what I mean? They can't see it, because if they do see it, it would completely change their worldview. And people don't want to change their worldviews. I mean, it's like the Pharisees in the Bible, if you want to get theological here, right? They didn't want to accept Jesus because it would completely change their worldview. And in the same way here, Rocco, he couldn't comprehend that picture. He didn't allow himself to think past what, you know what I mean? He didn't allow himself to process it any further. Because humans, they can't speak. They were always animals. That's it. At the same time, I'm pretty sure Rocco said that Caesar was raised by humans. So it's just confusing, man. It's just confusing. The whole history is lost, obviously. The human history is lost. The history of the past is lost. And the different apes in the movie have different ideas of what happened. Proximus Caesar understands the past. He understands what happened. But what about the followers of Caesar? Like Rocco. What does he think? You know? It seems a bit jumbled, and it seems like they're confused and they're not fully aware of what's going on. And it seems like they're fine with it. Or at least Rocco didn't express any inner turmoil of what's going on. Because if they're walking through the city, I'm sure they're gonna be stumbling upon artifacts that clearly lead to the idea that humans were once intelligent. And if humans were once intelligent, there's something I'm missing. There's something I don't know. Because he thinks the apes built the mall to house humans, to maybe even teach humans. So I don't know what's going on with Raka. I don't know what he's thinking. So that was a very interesting direction that they took with that. I mean, I feel like they could have delved into that line of thinking more. I would have liked that a whole lot. But it was interesting. While they were in the city, there was a scene where Noah stumbles upon an observatory, and there's this massive telescope in the middle of the room. It's gotta be an Aliens reference because it literally looks just like that shot from Aliens, where when they enter the ship and they see the engineer sitting there. Noah sees the telescope, and he looks in and he sees the stars, and you see the sparkle in his eye, this wonder, this reaction. And then May walks over and looks in, and then that's when Noah realizes she's not like all these other humans. She's not like all these other humans, and I thought that was a really cool scene. Another really cool scene. This is where I like this scene. This was cool. We saw it in the trailer. All the apes, those evil bad guy apes, coming and chasing after all the humans, after all the mute, dumb, Tarzan-looking humans, okay? I like that a lot. There were zebras there too. Imagine that, dude. Imagine you've only seen horses and then you see a zebra. That'd be like, wait, what the cat kind of black striped horse or white striped horse am I looking at? That makes no sense. I mean, it'd be like, wait, well, that thing looks crazy. So they see the zebras and they see the people, and the zebras are drinking water from this river. They're drinking water, and the humans are drinking water too. Like, they're bending down and drinking, and May sees it and tears up. She sees what humans have become, and it triggers an emotional reaction. And then these giant, fierce-looking apes come in and charge, and they start wrangling up the humans, just like they did back in the day in the 1968 Planet of the Apes movies, with nets on horses and all that stuff. And they're wrangling up all these humans, but they're looking for one. They're looking for May, because May can speak. And Proximus Caesar understands the significance of these intelligent humans. Did I say apes that can speak? I meant humans that can speak. And Proximus Caesar understands that because he has a guy who's building weapons for them. And he's trying to break into a bunker. He's trying to break into this bunker. So he's going around the earth, capturing and destroying villages and taking their populations and bringing them to his domain, into his kingdom, turn them into slaves, and is manipulating them. The dude is preaching. The dude is like a pastor. He's like a cult leader. It's a wonderful day. And just like Caesar, apes together strong. So now we're going to be strong together and you're going to do what I tell you to do, essentially. He's using them to break down this wall because he's obsessed with the idea of evolution, as he says. He's trying to break down this wall because whatever is behind that wall in that bunker is knowledge. And he thinks that knowledge is going to propel him further. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's scared of the humans, but he's not scared of the knowledge the humans possess. He understands and he respects these intelligent humans and where they came from. Okay, he's not afraid. He's not wanting to hide it. He's not wanting to bury it and destroy it. He wants the knowledge for himself because he knows. He's smart. He's a smart guy. He understands that you can't bury knowledge. It's not going to be lost. You know, it's going to come back at some point in time, and he wants to be on top. He wants to be number one. He wants to get to it before anyone else does. And so he wants to break into the silo and steal whatever information is in there, okay? Because as May put it, humanity stuffed all their magic in that bunker. And so they got tanks, they got weapons, they got everything, okay? And so May doesn't want him to get it because he is a totalitarian dictator, cult leader, kind of chimpanzee. And May doesn't want him to have it. Because she wants she wants the humans to take over the world because, the world is hers. The world is theirs. So after their failed attempt of trying to pull down the wall, Noah, and his two friends devise a plot to break into the vault. They go in the back way. They climb up the back, break into the vents, because May needs something. She needs this cartridge, this hard drive, like a key card or whatever it is, And Noah was wondering what that thing was, and she was like, "It's a book. It's a book that's going to teach the echoes to speak." And the echoes are what they call humans. I'm not entirely sure why they call them humans. My explanation is probably because they're an echo of the past. They're an echo of what they used to be, Who knows? So she gets this cartridge or this hard drive, and that's what she delivers to her bunker, her people at the end of the movie. And that's what enables the signaling of the entire, human population with the 50,000 different satellites. So after they get out of there, their plan is to flood the place. So they blow up this dam that's blocking off the water, the ocean, and the water starts gushing in and rushing in and floods the place. So immediately I thought, this is like Noah's Ark. You got Noah, you got a flood, but the thing is they're running into the Ark and the Ark is being flooded. It's like Noah's Ark, but it's a fail. I don't know. That was kind of cool. So they all run in, right? Noah's clan runs in, the Eagle clan runs in, and they climb up all the way to the top. And so you got Proximus Caesar and all these other chimps around him. And Proximus Caesar starts beating down on Noah. He starts beating down on Noah, saying, "You were a smart ape. You had potential, yet you betrayed your own kind." And I mean, I understand from Proximus Caesar's perspective. He's trying to protect the apes. He knows the mentality of the humans. They're dangerous. They're going to take over. So I need this information in order to ensure the protection of my people, the protection of my apes.
My X-Men.
So he can't fathom what is wrong with you, Noah. What is wrong with you? You've chosen the enemy. They're going to stomp all over you without a second thought. And I'm sure Noah thought that too, because May killed a fellow human without even thinking, because he was going to come in the way of her objective. So he doesn't trust humans as well. But anyways, Proximus Caesar is pounding on Noah, and it reminded me of when in Black Panther, that fight with when T'Challa, he had to do that fight at the waterfall. It kind of reminded me of that. And so Noah is getting beat up, and you notice the eagles in the background, and then he starts singing and chanting. He's singing the bird song. He's singing the bird song, hoo, ha, ha, whatever the song was, and then everybody gets in. They all the chimps rise up, and they chant along with him. And Proximus Caesar is like, "What the cat's going on here?" Then you start seeing the eagles in the background. They're hearing it because it is the bird song. It's the call of the eagles. I just realized Noah's Gandalf. He's calling the eagles. So the eagles are coming, and they go off and attack Proximus Caesar. And it's really cool, man, because it's like it's Noah is taking the place of his father. He's being the leader of his tribe, and he always felt like he wasn't as good as his father. And he wasn't worthy of singing the song and all that stuff, but he's doing it now. He's stepping up, and he's singing the song, and it's working. These eagles are pecking Proximus Caesar, and then that's when you get in the trailer where he goes like that, and the eagle flies over, and this at the final punishing blow, and his eagle son, rams into Proximus Caesar and he falls to his death. That sequence was awesome. That sequence is cool. And then Noa leads his people back home and they start rebuilding their town. Dude, I forgot one of the best parts of the movie. One of the best parts of the movie is they're on their way to the rival ape, Proximus Caesar's kingdom, and they're crossing this bridge. The music that is being played is so reminiscent of the old 1968 Charlton Heston original Planet of the Apes soundtrack, and that's so good. That's so cool because Noa and his clan, his apes, yeah, they're cautious. They're what are these? They're these echoes, these humans, right? They're who are these things? I don't trust them. They can be dangerous, But these bad guy apes, they hunt the humans. They're running around capturing them just like they did in the old movies. And so they use those old movie soundtrack for them. For the bad guy apes, they used this. I don't know if it was the same soundtrack, but it's a very similar soundtrack for them. And I thought that was really cool. So they're on this bridge. And they're getting attacked, and the music is going on, and that's cool. And Rocco is trying to save May. He sacrifices his life, and that scene was so cool. It looked really nice. The water on the ape fur, on his fur, looked so good. Like, I can't believe he sacrificed himself for a human. And it's because he respects Caesar. And that's the other thing he called Caesar the Lawgiver, which was cool. I thought that was cool. That was a nod to the older movies. Caesar wasn't the lawgiver in those, but it was just a cool nod here. And the followers of Caesar have that emblem, that symbol from Caesar's window, right? Proximus Caesar is using that thing too. And that's the other cool thing. That human who was he was developing weapons for the apes, those little taser staffs. He was reading Proximus Caesar Roman history. That's guaranteed. That's where Proximus Caesar got the idea from. His name. So, anyways, I was all over the place with this review, man. I have no clue how long this is going to be once I edit it down, but it was a cool movie. I enjoyed it. I liked it. The visuals were great. The story was good. Like I said, there were a few dips in the movie. Overall, the movie was good. I liked it, and I do recommend it. Like I said, I'd give it around 7 or 8. 7, I feel like is too low. Maybe a high 7, 8, a lower 8, around there, somewhere around there. That's what I would give it. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you guys have seen the movie, let me know what you thought. If you're a big Planet of the Apes fan, definitely let me know what you thought. What did you think, and where do you think they can take this? Because they can take this now in multiple different directions. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.